Hello, Shemai, and welcome back to the Director of Football Challenge with Swansea City. Now, you guys may be looking at the title of this video and thinking, why is Michael Laudrup in the title? Well, something interesting happened. Michael Laudrup became the manager of Hull. The former Swans manager who won the Capital One Cup, as it was called then, the AFL Cup, back in 2013, left to go to Qatar, then to Al Rayyan, who are also in Qatar, and now is back with Hull, which is a little bit of a weird one if you ask me, but it seems to be working out. When he joined, they were bottom of the table, and as you can see, they've won 3 games in a row. So Michael Laudrup has returned to the Premier League and is doing incredibly well. Obviously, he did well at Swans, lost his way a bit at the end, but he's back in the Premier League and obviously doing incredibly well at the moment. He got Hull out of the relegation zone and scoring lots and lots of goals, it seems. So I thought it was something very, very interesting. Something I did forget to mention a few weeks ago happened is Nigel Gibbs is now our assistant manager because Claude Makelele left the club. If we search for him now, we'll all see that he is the manager of Fulham. How well is he doing at Fulham? They are 4th. He's actually doing incredibly well. Oh my gosh. Wow, that is incredibly good. So he's having a good time. So basically some ex-Swans staff are doing very, very good at the moment. And we have our youth candidates coming through soon. And there's a couple of really, really, really good ones here, like Nick Rodon and Craig Maxwell, who we will be signing very, very soon, hopefully. So since last episode, we are on a pretty awful run of form. The last one was a 0-0 draw against Hull, and our only win since then has become against League One opposition in Millwall. And to be perfectly honest with you, we struggled a little bit there as well. We did draw 1-1 away at Bournemouth, which wasn't the worst result in the world. A last-minute free kick from Gylfi Sigurdsson worked out well. We lost away 1-0 to Leicester. Again, not the worst result in the world. Following a kind of struggling victory against Millwall, we're into the FA Cup quarter-final against Spurs. We got battered by them away 3-0, so we just have a terrible record at White Hart Lane. And 0-0 against Stoke. So in the Premier League, we haven't won in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. It's been since we've won in the Premier League, since that win against Southampton. Today we're away at West Ham, and this is a very good opportunity to get that victory because they are struggling in the relegation zone. We're 11th. We're still sitting pretty high up in the table with only 8. Well, after this game, there'll only be 8 games left, so maybe 1 or 2 more episodes this season, depending on how well the FA Cup game against Spurs goes, really. We're still comfortable. We're still 12 points above the relegation zone. 3 more points, and we hit that golden 40-point mark. I'll be happy for the season then. That's all we're expected at mid-table. I'll take 11th right now, but obviously we need to pick up a little bit of form before the end of the season. And not many games left now, and we've just hit a poor run of form. And things need to improve before the end of the season, otherwise we could get a little bit of squeaky bum time and maybe finish just outside the relegation zone, but things need to improve. And if you look, the main problem we have is goal scoring. No goals there, no goals there. 2 goals against Millwall, none against Leicester, 1 against Bournemouth, none against Hull, only 1 against Sheffield United as well. So we're really, really struggling for goals at the moment, and it's kind of reflected in the team for today. We're playing against West Ham, so we're going to play on the counter. It's away from home. We're not going to be having the majority of the ball, so we haven't got retained possession on our pass into space. We're kind of just want to get back to basics to try and get 3 points. We have Fabianski in goals, Norton, Bruno, Federico Fernandez and Rika at the back. We've changed it a little bit at the back. We've been leaking goals. Rika is in for Martin Olsen, who's been playing really poor, and Bruno has had a couple of games in for Alfie Mawson, who is on a poor run of form. Jack Hawke keeps his place, someone who's been playing really, really well throughout the entire season. Leroy Fer and Ki Sung-young in midfield. Andrea Horta unfortunately got injured for 4 to 5 weeks. He's 5 to 11 days, so he should be back for the last few games of this season, but a little bit disappointing because he was playing quite well. We've missed him dearly, really. Tom Carroll is back fit finally. He's been playing off the bench a couple of times, so maybe if Ki Sung-young or Leroy Fer don't pick up, he will probably come back into the team. Gylfi Sigurdsson behind the striker then, and Aaron Johansson gets a start. He hasn't started very much at all for the team, and he's up front with Borja Baston. I've completely dropped, where is he, Fernando Llorente, because he's just been playing really, really poor. Jordan Ayew has been playing just as poor, but I thought I'd try and change it up a bit. Borja Baston and Aaron Johansson up front for today. We're not favourites for the match, which doesn't surprise me considering the poor run of form we're in. West Ham, I don't really know what run of form they're in, but they're in the relegation zone, so obviously they're having a very poor season overall, and it would be nice to get 3 points today to get us back on track for the end of the season. We have got quite a good record away from home, despite the defeats. We have one of the best records in terms of like outside the top 4 in terms of away record, which is surprising because in real life Swansea's away record is pretty poor. But well, maybe we can extend that good record today and get 3 points against West Ham. I would take a draw, but you know, it's getting to that point in the season now where 3 points need to be picked up. But if you look at the early stats, we're dominating the game. West Ham yet to have a shot. There we go. They got their first shot. We've had 2 on target. Nothing really happened. The first highlight of the game, Norton with a throw. It's just before half-time. It'd be good to go into half-time 1-0 up if we can get something here. Federico Rica with the ball. Up to Sigurdsson, to Borja. It's fall to Johansson. And another chance goes begging from Johansson. He has missed so many clear-cut chances. His finishing has just been absolutely atrocious as the corners collected from Darren Randolph. It was so annoying to see him miss chance after chance in previous games, and he's missed an absolute golden opportunity there to give us the lead just before half-time. There's still chances for him in the second half to prove himself. If not, by 60 minutes, if he hasn't done much by then, he will be coming off because, I don't know, I just can't. He's just a liability up front as at the moment. We're approaching the 60-minute mark, which is usually where I like to make subs. Leroy Fer is looking a bit tired out there. I'm going to bring Aaron Johansson off for Jordan Ayew, and Tom Carroll can come on in place of Leroy Fer. We've got 25 minutes in this game to get something from it. I really don't want it to be 0-0 because the last game was 0-0 as well. There's a throw-in in here, and it's a penalty. Jack Cork has done something in all that, and West Ham, a team who haven't had a shot on target, have a chance from the penalty spot. I'm getting ready to change tactics. Fabianski saved it though. That was fucking brilliant. Fabianski has saved the penalty. There's more scenes at West Ham like it was last time. We're still going to go attacking. I'm going to go for this game. I'm feeling confident now. We've saved a penalty, and Jack Cork's going to come off because he just conceded a penalty for John Gaztanyaga, and see if we can't push on in the last 10 minutes to maybe get a result. Norton with a throw. Up to Jordan Ayew. He's still got it. He loses the ball. It's up to Antonio. Snodgrass is running through on goal. He gets into the box and he shoots into the side netting. It's been another pretty poor game, like the game against Hull last episode, and unfortunately it looks like we could be seeing another 0-0 here. Crespo with a free kick. We've won the first header. Faguli's got it now. We need to put a foot in here somewhere. We can launch a counter-attack. Arbeloa is going away from goal, and Federico Rica is about to be sent off, isn't he? He's already on the yellow card. I played him instead of Martin Olsen, and he's just been sent off. So we're going to have to just sit back and defend. Boringly, I'm afraid, for the last few minutes. We're going to have to retain possession and just lump the ball up whenever we can. We'll put Gaztanyaga at left back, even though he can't play there. And we're into the last 5 minutes now, and we'll be happy just to see this out as a draw, considering we have a red card. Fabianski with a goal kick, and there goes full times. 2 episodes in a row, 2 0-0s. Rather disappointing, but it keeps us ticking, keeps the point tally ticking over. We're on 38 points now from 30 games. Spurs next in the FA Cup quarter-final. That will be quite an impressive victory if we can get that there. We look at the teams we've got coming up. We've got Watford, Palace, Burnley, and then Man United. So hopefully we can do well against Spurs and then maybe pick up a maximum of 9 points. If we could pick up 9 points from those three games there, I'd happily lose the rest of the season because we'd have a nice, comfortable points tally. But overall, we've got Man United, Liverpool, and Arsenal left to play. And I'm hoping that we're all right by the last 2 games, simply because Liverpool and Arsenal are very 2 tough teams to play against. We should be okay, I believe. What are we? We're 12 points ahead of Hull in the relegation zone. With Michael Laudrup on good form, though, I can see Hull surviving. I hope you enjoyed the episode, guys. If you did, please leave a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And if you have any tips or comments, please leave a comment down below. I'll see you again.